Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Grand Strand Medical Spa. Hi guys, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I'm back at Grand Strand Med Spa and I'm joined by their esthetician, Ari. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're getting back to basics, Ari. We're going to talk about what you do and why people should come to Grand Strand Med Spa when they're having some issues with their skin.
Yeah, wonderful. So we offer tailored facials to your skin concerns and needs. And so you can come for a facial for a consultation and I will tell you what do you need, how we can go from progress to achieve your skin goals. We also offer dermaplaning, full body waxing for men and women, lash lift, tint. We do eyebrow lamination and tint. Also lash extensions from classics to hybrids, volume and extra volume. We do peels also for the skin. And we offer neurotoxins and fillers and PRP fillers.
It's a big, long list that you guys do. So I want to go back to dermaplaning, what you talked about first.
Yes.
What is dermaplaning?
So dermaplane basically is removing pitch fuzz and dead skin, and this helps us for a more driven results facials, but also it helps like at home with your skincare penetrates deeper and it's better absorbed by your skin. It gives you a beautiful glow because we're removing that dead skin that is just sitting on top of more youthful new skin. And for the girls that like to wear makeup, the makeup applies really smooth on the skin, and it's just really good for targeting fine lines, wrinkles, and pigmentation.
Yes, definitely. And so what are the facials like here? How does it work?
So we have 4 different types of facials, and we have a facial that includes dermaplaning. But our facials, one of our facials are 60 minutes and the other ones are 90 minutes. They all include extractions, a facial massage. We work décolleté, neck and face, because it's very important to include the neck and the décolleté.
Of course.
And also we do a massage while you have your mask on. We perform a massage, and you can choose between a scalp massage, arm massage, or foot massage. And all facials are basically customized the mask to your skin needs and concerns. And we recommend to get facials every 4 to 5 weeks to like just keep your skin fresh and nice and glowy.
I love it. What's your favorite part of your job here?
I honestly love everything, but I will say that I love facials, the laser hair removal, and the full body waxing for men and women. I also love to do waxing, and the lashes part.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit more about the lashes. You guys do lash lifts and tints?
Yes, so we do the lash lift and tint, which is like a more natural option for people that just want to look natural, but with the lashes a little bit more enhanced. So the lash lift is basically like a perm, but for your lashes. It lifts your lashes like a little bit more curly, and then we tint them usually black because that's like the mascara color that everyone uses. But we also have the option to tint them brown.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
But I'm hearing there are a lot of options here at Grand Strand Med Spa for whatever you want.
Yes, we really carry a lot of services, and we love doing all these services, and most important than anything, we like to take care of the customers. It's like our main thing is to really give the customers what they need to achieve their goals. We offer real results.
I love it. Well, where can people go to learn more information about Grand Strand Med Spa?
You can go to grandstrandmedspa.com.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by Grand Strand Medical Spa.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I think one of my favorite parts about this show is that we're able to highlight different artists across South Carolina, and that's why today I am in studio with Aja Charles. Thank you so much for making the drive up here.
It was such an honor. I've been able to enjoy Myrtle Beach for a little bit, so it definitely was fun and grateful to be on here today.
Well, we are happy to have you and to talk a little bit more about what you do. You're a muralist.
Yes, I am.
How does one just become a muralist?
Well, I will say that it was definitely my community bleeding into me because I never thought I would join in being in this career field. I actually didn't get into paint until my senior year of high school.
Wow.
But I am self-taught. Like, I used to create paint using like ground up leaves I would find in my backyard, berries for the color red and purple. Like, my parents always couldn't afford things for me, but they always said, don't let that stop you. So I just found things around me to create with. And over time, it was just my peers and my teachers saying, oh my gosh, you're really talented. Let's put her in position to actually do this when she graduates. And my principal, Dr. Smith, actually was the one who got me into murals for my first time. He said, hey, you're not old enough to put it up, but let's let you design the mural for the gym. So the mural that's in the gym at Westwood High School, I was the one who designed it before I graduated. It was like a graduation gift.
So I went to Blythewood, which is the opposing high school to Westwood. It's a very small world, and you have grown so much since then. How many murals would you say that you have painted over the last couple of years?
I would say probably over 120.
Oh my gosh.
And that's in and out of state.
That is crazy. Also because it's such a big project. Whatever
It
you're
is.
doing, right? Walk me through your process.
Usually when I get a mural, either someone calls me or they'll send me an email. Half the time I think it's spam. So I literally go on Zoom calls and reach out to them and ask, like, what are you looking for? What's your mission? Because I don't just create artwork that's pretty. It has to have a meaning behind it. So once we come up with everything, if I have to travel, they'll cover all expenses. I'll fly down there and I'll get work done. And the reason why I'm able to do so many is because I'm a quick artist. And it doesn't compromise how much of how pretty something is. Like, everything still looks good. So
that is a skill in itself to be able to do something quickly, because I know how long it takes for me to just paint a wall in my house one solid color.
Yes.
To do what you do. How would you describe your art in a couple of words? Your style, if you will.
I would say that art was self-therapy for me as a kid. It was a way for bringing light in my own dark rooms. And now that I can create for everyone else, I just wanted to also be positive. So my mission statement is painting positive vibes on the canvas of life. So really just spreading joy one paint stroke at a time.
I love it. And we have a little bit more time, so before we go, tell me about some of the projects that you're going to be doing in the future where people can see your stuff.
Well, at the moment, I'm working in Orangeburg. We are trying to raise the voices of that community, so I'll actually be doing a giant mural downtown Orangeburg, and it's getting all the residents involved. I'm gonna have the kids come help me paint. Like, it's a big project. And at the moment, I am working on one for their skating rink, and we're doing indoor and outdoor, so it's gonna glow in the dark. Everybody's gonna love it. I just am really excited about everyone to see that. Work for the NFL. I've done work for Netflix. This few months ago, I did work for Paramount Pictures. My artwork's now at Bob Marley's estate. And I'll be painting the Grand Championship for Aja Wilson and Don Staley. And they're going to actually present the art piece to them. So
that is so cool.
Yeah, I
can't even handle it. Well, you are just awesome.
Thank
and
you.
Good for you too.
Thank you. I just want to represent my state the best I can, because if it wasn't for South Carolina, I wouldn't be here. So.
Well, that is so fun. Do you have a website?
I have an Instagram that people can reach
Perfect.
me for everything that they might need, and it's Aja_Monet, IJA_MONET.
Well, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I'm joined in studio by Becky from the Champion Autism Network. Becky, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Tell me, how did you get involved with CAN in the first place?
I created CAN.
Okay.
So I have a son who's high functioning on the spectrum. We relocated here from the South Jersey area 11 years ago. And you know, there's all these wonderful organizations that support the person with autism, you know, therapies and speech and ABA, but there's nothing for the family. And so we started in 2013 with our sensory friendly movies. People came out to them and they were so excited to be somewhere where everybody got it and understood. They asked what else was there. So we took surveys and collected data, and we started a training program for restaurants because that was the number one thing our parents wanted to do. So we started to educate restaurants, and then I was like, okay, if you're gonna, like I said, invite the autism world to come out and play, everybody needs to know how to treat them and what's going on. So the travel initiative started in 2016, and that's when we became a 501c3 and incorporated, and we've just been kind of off and running ever since.
You're really covering all the bases though, from the educational standpoint to actually just providing them something to do. But from your standpoint, what has it felt like being able to actually educate somebody that had no idea what autism was? How does that feel to you as a mom too?
It's really wonderful and refreshing, you know, and it's not embraced by everybody or every business, and that's okay, right? We're just happy that most businesses and people in the community feel it's the right thing to do. And really, it's not rocket science. Generally speaking, you know, you just have to kind of lead with love, and like in a restaurant or pretty much anywhere, if you have light switches and a volume control, you're halfway there in supporting people. Then it's just learning tips and tricks about, you know, what to do, how to treat people, these autism families in your restaurants or your stores or at your resorts, and you know what kind of support they might need, and then what to look out for in case there's a runner or an eloper, how to handle that situation.
A little patience goes a long way too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, good morning and thanks so much for joining us today again on Living Local Carolina. Today I am joined in studio by Michelle Gerald. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
All right, you are the founder of SIS. What does SIS stand for?
Sisters Inspiring Sisters. We're always looking for volunteers to help. We're always needing funding. If you know, if you would like to donate funds, we're always looking for that, because a lot of it I do out of pocket. A lot of it I do myself. And so if I could mention anything else, it would be that we always need volunteers to help give out the food, to help give out the blankets and those things. We did a back to school drive. I was granted a Small Smiles grant, and they asked me what would I do, and I said with that I wanted to make sure that our children in my neighborhood were able to be children for a day. We had the bouncy house out. We had people to connect with us and just, you know, cook food, and we had Sisters United, they donated 100 baggies of school supplies. Brothers United were on the grill. Myrtle Beach, the neighborhood services of Myrtle Beach, they were out there giving out popcorn. The police came by, the fire truck came by, and we had all these games set up for the kids. And I do that every year, back to school drive every year, but this year I was able to, with that grant, make it big. So I'm always collecting school supplies, I'm always collecting clothes, just anything that you can think of that someone may need that they don't have. I collect, and funding is also a big part, because again, I do it all out of my pocket. A lot of it I do out of my pocket. So we're always collecting through. If I could say anything, it would be just connect with me if you have anything to donate. Nothing's too small.
All right, how can people get in contact with you?
You can find me on social media, on Facebook. Look up SIS and SIS-Sisters Inspiring Sisters. Everything is up there, the new events and any information that you may need. My contact information is all on there. If you would like to email me, that email address is sisinformation2018@gmail.com.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I am at ESA Fitness Club with Terrence. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I have some questions for you.
All right, I'm ready to answer.
First question, what does ESA stand for?
ESA stands for Enhanced Speed and Agility.
Okay.
Yeah, so most people come to me to get faster, to get more agile, to have more mobility, and more explosiveness. So
Love
yeah.
that. Well, give me a little bit about your background. How did you get into this?
I got into it after I was training for the NFL, and I had a trainer in college. And then I went up to Maryland after I played in the All-Star game my senior year, and I trained with Vernon Davis trainer, and it kind of opened my eyes to a lot more different style of training than what I was getting in college.
Interesting.
And then I was in the CFL and rookie camp with the Montreal Alouettes, and got cut from there, came back home, and started coaching and started training some kids. I put a speed and agility clinic on, got it sponsored, had about 40 kids come out. It was amazing.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, okay, I like it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I just opened a facility with about 4 or 5 clients, $1,000 in a 1,000 square foot facility. And that
here
was
we
12
are.
years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
And now I'm here.
Now we're here, and what is this location? It's pretty prime, man, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's so this is downtown redevelopment zone, okay? Right, smack dead in the middle of downtown Myrtle Beach. It's
Yeah.
515 9th Avenue North, and I've been in this building for about a year.
Okay.
So I decided to come down here, one, to be a part of the community, be a part of the redevelopment and all the stuff that's going on downtown. So I just, took a risk, and so far it's been pretty good. We got a lot of neighbors coming down on this street,
Yeah.
and I like the plans that's what's happening down here. So I just wanted to be a part of some growth and be on the beginning of the stages, and that also actually ask what we think and what we want to do, and so it's pretty cool.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, who's the typical client that you see on a daily basis? I know that you have all these different sports painted up on the wall,
Yeah.
which he did himself, by the way. Love that.
Yeah. A typical client is a high school and a middle school athlete. I do some 4th and 5th graders. I kind of start around 10 years old. That's kind of like my stopping point.
Yeah.
I've had some 9-year-olds that were pretty mentally there, that can stay locked in the whole session. And then when the seasons kind of change, I get my college guys and girls coming back in, and then I get some of my professional athletes. They'll drop in. I can't just rely on college and pro athletes, because their seasons are longer in that at school. But most of my clientele are high school and middle school athletes, so we're trying to build them up. But the key is catch them in middle school. So by the time they get to high school, by the time they're juniors and seniors, they're 10 times better, and to give them a better chance to either go to college or make their varsity squad.
Yeah.
So that's the typical. And I also do adult personal training as well. So in the morning times, that's what I spend my time with doing.
I think a lot of people wonder where these great athletes come from, and I think a lot of times this is the thing that really makes the biggest difference for kids.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.